First things first, obligatory, where's my second season announcement? Oh man, this was a really good ending to call a night. Really nice little cap into this season, and things just really feel like they're finally starting to really ramp up for the series, and that's really around Nazuna, yes. Finally getting a very clear statement, or at least insinuation. I know we can't get too much out of Nazuna, but Nazuna's on board. She is going to make this happen. And it's funny because there's two aspects pulling at Nazuna right now. Yes, it kind of paints at first this aspect that Nico is the one that's pushing Nazuna. You will do your work, like do your side of this relationship. You have to step forward. You have to make him fall in love with you. This can't be a one-way street. And I think that's kind of what they've been sort of creating as a statement with both Nazuna and Ko, is that it's always been this one-way street. Ko is trying to fall in love with Nazuna. Nazuna has just said at the very beginning, you know, I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to get some blood out of you, but I'm not going to stop you. Try to fall in love with me. That's fine. But again, what they keep saying is that you'll never fall in love with Nazuna. Nazuna is just not likable in their eyes. Nobody ever is going to fall in love with Nazuna. That's because Nazuna's not trying. She's not giving it a shot. But again, now that Nico has sort of pushed Nazuna, you have to do your part. At the same time, Nazuna is realizing at the whole wake of this whole situation, life is boring. My life has been boring, and you have been making it fun. Same as she's echoing what Ko says. My life was always boring, but now it's fun because I'm with you. So I'm not going to stop. It's just, it's so good. And yes, the spoiler, if you didn't know already, this is a spoiler for episode 13. That kiss, that kiss came out of nowhere, and that cemented it. She is now going to try. It wasn't just empty statements of her saying that I'm going to try now, we're in this together. No, she's going to try to change him. And I think, again, that's an aspect that she's not wanting to say it, but she's acknowledging the idea that I don't want to lose Ko. Not that I think that she's afraid of Nico. When Nico got mad, it was like, Nazuna was like, whoa. It right there told me they're afraid of Nico. Nico is dangerous. But what was Nico saying the whole time? She was wanting to talk about love. Nico doesn't really care to be violent, and even though they joke about the fact that she wants to be violent, Nico likes the fact that Nazuna has somebody. I think deep down, Nico likes that. I think they all like that. I think they all want Nazuna to have somebody. Now, what they keep talking about with the whole aspect of saying you're sorry and we're not forgiving you and all that kind of stuff, we don't know what that quite is yet. And now, granted, that could be them referencing the idea of Ko being an unturned that knows about the vampires. But I think deep down there's something else there. There's obviously something else there. I think even Midori said something about it when they first met. You don't understand what we've gone through with Nazuna. She betrayed us, yada, yada, yada. There's something there. Again, they could be talking about the idea that they're overall mad because she has been revealing so much to Ko but not turning him. But I think there's still something there. But no, overall, yes, obviously the big thing here is the realization between the two of them. Their life was boring before, and now it's fun. Nazuna's life was boring before. She's been having so much fun, she's forgotten that she's had decades of boredom. She is having fun. She doesn't want to lose him, so we finally have the two of them are going to try this. It was super cute. Really did love it. Absolutely loved it. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. Yes, technically at the very beginning, we have the introduction of Hatsuka in full. We get to meet Hatsuka's offspring, or humans that are going to be offspring. They didn't really 100% say it. Hatsuki said, these are my offspring. So yeah, but yes, eventually him sitting down in there, and then Hatsuka going to take a shower, calling him in there, and oh yeah, by the way, it's a boy. Yes, it seems to bother Ko, or not it seems to bother Ko, but it just shocks Ko early on. So we have this long segment of him being, like going, yeah, I guess it works. Is that a problem for you? No, not really. It's like he doesn't really care. But I think what they did here with Hatsuka is really establish this idea that it's not necessarily that Ko cares about who it is and what gender they are. It really kind of paints this aspect that Ko sees Nazuna as Nazuna. He even says it specifically when Hatsuka's saying, is it a problem that I'm a boy? It's like, no, that's not the problem. It's never been the problem. It's not who it is. It's not anything about that. It's just specifically he's kind of saying that I'm broken. Like specifically, I am broken. But either way, Nazuna's who I want. And even if I was a female, Nazuna's who I'd want to fall in love with. He doesn't see Nazuna as what is her stats. It's just Nazuna as a person. That's who I care about. That's the one that has made this so much fun. Yeah, Hatsuka was kind of an interesting person. What they're basically painting Hatsuka as is that I'm not being told to dress up as a female. It's just that I look cute being a female, and people find me really attractive. Male and females all enjoy how I look. Not really kind of painting it as a status symbol. It's just that's what worked, and I'm going with this. But additionally, it was almost painting as if Hatsuka sort of has some ability to manipulate people. It seemed like it very obvious with the offspring or possible offsprings that came to the door. They all are like infatuated by Hatsuka. Like, these aren't just, I mean, yes, technically, I guess with Akiyama, you kind of seen that little bit of craziness that they can kind of create in people, but it really almost painted as if Hatsuka can manipulate people in a way. That's what he said when he was trying to say, look, I should turn you because they're fighting over here, and it's not you that's in danger, it's Nazuna. Hatsuka was almost sort of painting it as if they were going to manipulate and change Ko's perspective of them, make him fall in love with them. And as things got kind of red, which typically happens whenever you get into more of the dark realm of vampires, it almost made it as if Hatsuka was going to mind control him in a way. Vampires, in a lot of stories, one aspect of vampires in a lot of stories, their ability to, just looking in their eyes or whatever, able to manipulate them, cast a spell on them. So it sort of indicates that Hatsuka has that ability. But yes, it technically all got sort of put the wayside for now. We're going to put it over here as Ko says, no, that I'm going to fall in love with Nazuna. That's plain and simple. Also, during this conversation, Ko did reveal to Hatsuka about the vampire killer. Revealed everything that he knew about this person. Said specifically that Anko handed him something, but he didn't know what it was. And Hatsuka responded to this basically saying that, yeah, that's interesting. Ash, really? But revealing something very important here. The vampires don't even know. Like, we don't know what kills a vampire. It's just like humans. You don't know really much about humans. You just hear what you hear from the smart people. It's the same for vampires. They just kind of go about doing what they're doing. They don't really know everything about themselves, which is also technically a part of the next conversation, which is about the rules they have in play. There's no rule that if a human knows about vampires, they have to be killed. Like, it's not set in stone that Ko has to die, but they do have consequences for their actions. And that's why Nazuna is in danger for having revealed everything to Ko and him not change over, which is kind of forcing his hand. But yeah, Ko runs over there, and that's where we pretty much get a clear picture that Nico doesn't really want to kill Nazuna, doesn't want to kill Ko. Nico just really wants to push them. So what Nico says, nothing's changed in our agreement. I said that yes, if you don't change him, I will kill him. But that was how it was at the very beginning. She just wants to push Nazuna to actually try. But that was great when Ko shows up and he's like, where's Nazuna? Oh, she already left. What did you do to her? Well, she's not going to be able to talk properly for a little while. And he goes to leave, and Nico's like, you're leaving already? Where are you going? She's probably not going to want to talk to you. And he's like, shut up. I'm going to go find Nazuna. I was like, okay, all right. She let him leave. Just totally told her to shut up. But yeah, Ko runs off, ends up cops chasing after him, which, again, another time where he does something superhuman. He jumped off the bridge perfectly fine, which was a very high jump. Again, I'm still speculating that Ko is slowly changing. It's not a rapid change, or, again, he might already be a vampire. But no, he definitely has physical abilities that are not human. That was a high jump. And again, it goes similar to earlier when he bolted forward and jumped over the gate next to Akira. It was kind of emphasizing there that he's got at least physical abilities that are not normal. But yes, I love this so much. Nazuna goes to the vending machine, and they did a callback to the very first scene they met. I thought that was really fantastic. Nazuna's at the vending machine, and Ko, the whole head turn thing. That's Ko there. Booze. Nice. That was a really good little callback. But no, it was a really cute scene. Seeing Nazuna really embarrassed and hiding herself away from Ko. And then, yes, that final moment, Ko says, look, my life is boring, and you've made it great. I don't want to give up. And yes, Nazuna accepting it and saying, look, I'm going to try. We're in this together. And the kiss is so good. The kiss is so good. Now, granted, they technically kissed before, but this one was different. This one was definitely a different kiss. But no, overall, I love this series. I need a second season so bad. There is plenty of manga for them to do a second season. I really hope that they announce it soon. I was really surprised not to see an announcement in this episode, but that's usually how it is. All the shows we really love, we have to wait in suffrage until we can get hopefully a second season. It's just this show is above and beyond, and I don't really want to read the manga because I feel like the anime does so much to add so much more. Like the atmosphere, like I've looked through a lot of the chapters of the manga, and it's nowhere in comparison to the anime. the environments, the backdrops, the lighting, the colors, the warmth and the cold that the colors give to the series. And yes, the music, the music does it. The music just adds so much more to it. So I want more anime. I don't want to go into the manga, but I will if I have to. But we'll see. That's my thoughts on the finale. A really good wrap up. I really wasn't sure how they were going to wrap things up because it felt like it was really building up the stuff with Anko. It seemed like they showed off another character in the closing segments of this episode. So again, that's another thing that I hope was placed there to at least, usher in the next season. Typically, whenever they have like manga bait stuff like that, it's usually they show the character and they talk about something they're going to do, and that draws you into checking out the source material. But a brief single frame shot of some random character has my hopes for a sequel, definitely. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below, comment, let me know what you thought of the episode. I definitely appreciate you guys checking out weekly. This was a fun series to cover on a week-to-week basis. Was really well performing, so I definitely appreciate you guys' support and watching them on a weekly basis and hearing feedback from you guys. Despite some people believing that there's not much to talk about in this show, it was a fun talk. Additionally, if you're new to the channel and you just got here, you can check out my other videos for this particular show, or subscribe so you can get my future content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top lists. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. I greatly appreciate everybody that considers, and y'all take care.